a guy could be a 6, but based on his conversation with a woman,
yes,
how he treats her, I think the real end, hey, brothers, if y'all watching this video, if you can make a woman laugh, woo!
yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna give y'all some free game. If you can make a woman laugh, now I will tell you, once you marry them, they find your jokes less funny. But it was funny because she had those conversations on the front end, and I can only speak for me. Like me and my wife when we were just dating. I mean, I wouldn't advise nobody to do it how we do it. We just kind of got lucky, real talk. But yo, JT, what's good, bro? Hey, I appreciate it, fam. And so, but real talk. I think the thing is, we didn't have those conversations, so I would never advise somebody to enter into anything without having those money conversations, especially when shit start getting serious. But I just happen to get lucky that she's level-headed. We kind of think the same. So even though we didn't have those conversations on the front end, we were able to come to a consensus later on. So let me ask, like, how is that done? Because hey, you're a single sister, you working on getting extra snatched. So like I'm like, you working on getting extra snatched. So you're out here in that dating space, and finances is a topic. It is something that has to come up. How is that introduced? And before I pass it to you to kind of talk about, what you've seen and what it is, because I can't really speak, I look at you as the younger generation, sis, because I'm an old guy, you know what I mean? But I got a homeboy, graduated law school with me, got a job at a law firm. And at these law firms, right, you get a job coming out of law school, 24, 25 years old, starting salary, $180,000. And if a woman, I can Google that firm and see what their compensation package is and your pictures on the website. So if you meet a woman, and so he was stuck in this position, he would always tell me like, man, you should be so happy you married. And I was like, why is that? He was like, because like, I'm grateful I met my wife when we both was broke as fuck. Because he was like, now if I go on a date, he was like, women of Google, because y'all do y'all research. And I would advise women to do their research. If you Google him, you know what's going to pop up. When you Google him, his picture at the law firm, you click here and it shows what the firm's starting salary is. So he was like, it's hard for him to actually find a woman who genuinely wants him for him, because I mean the starting salary is 180 and the brother been there for 7 years. So we already know hey, I've been to his house. Like his shit is like, his shit is like 2 of the debt free. His shit like 3.5 of the debt free day house. So how do you navigate that? Like that point where finances come up? Are people talking about that openly, or are people just kind of shying away from it, or what?
Well, I'm 34. I got most of my life, like since like 17, I've been in relationships. This month actually makes 1 year of being completely single, meaning I ain't talking to anyone. I don't have the desire to. Because
hey, that's good. You learn what hey,
I already don't have the
desire. You, that's good.
So, but prior to that, I must say, I look back on my past relationships or whatever, that topic was something that most guys I was talking to like to shy away from. They didn't really want to talk about it as much. I felt like for me, I don't know if it was the type of guys I was choosing. I don't know. But I was more so financially focused, and they was just more like going with the flow. It wasn't
right.
Make a decent living or anything like that. It was just like their mindset towards finances wasn't the same as mine, and I learned that later on in a relationship. And so my takeaway from that is never again would I do that. Like first date, we sitting at the table. Hey, so what's your relationship with money? Like what, how do you
right.
I need to know that like day one, like first date,
Right.
Because if we don't think the same when it comes down to that, I don't wanna let me just keep going and maybe he'll change. Nope.
Right.
Guys on that level usually don't change. It's hard to change them on that level. So let me know if you feel like, no offense to anybody in the comments, whatever, let me know if your ideal is 50-50 and that's what you want to do, because I don't.
Right.
Let me know that you got a shitload of debt or whatever and you have no desire to pay it off. Let me know that up front. I mean it's hard because I don't want to talk about stuff like that. but I don't want to get into a relationship and then later find that stuff out, because that, if I, decide to marry you or whatever, that technically kind of falls on me too. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I don't want nobody who got like a 500 credit score and you got crazy debt, but you out here living life as if you don't. I don't like that mindset. I don't want that for myself. So if I don't want it for myself, I don't want it for my spouse. So it's so important. Finances is so important to me. I'm sorry. One thing I learned from my stepdad is this right here. He said, him and my mom is separated now, but he said if he ever got married again, he would never marry just for love. And I took that away from him, and I was like, I was engaged for 2 years, no longer engaged, but whatever. I would never marry just for love alone. You know what I'm saying? I want to marry somebody who's financially stable. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to be pretty much on the same level mindset or whatever. We don't have to think totally the same, because everybody not gonna be like, I'm a frugal, I'm cheap as hell. I don't want you don't have to be like that per se, but you can't be out here, living above your means. Like I can't do that. So when I tell you that conversation is so important, and if the first sign that you say something I don't like, it's a deal breaker. It is definitely a deal breaker, not red flag. Bye. You want me to pay for the meal because this is the last date.
And it's funny.
I'll pay for the meal. That way you don't feel like you did something for me.
Right. And it's funny. I think this comment is true. Not being able to manage in finances is a deal breaker. It is. I'm completely cool with that, because statistically, the number one indicator of wealth in America is marriage, but the number one indicator of poverty is divorce. Think about it. So, and it was funny because yesterday we did a live and we were talking about the top hip hop entrepreneurs, right? And we had a Jay-Z at number 2. And I said, we gave Jay-Z credit because let's think about it. Jay-Z was strategic in the partner that he chose. Jay-Z could have been out here. You didn't see Jay-Z out here with a damn Instagram model who only thing she got is looks and the Instagram following that she can't even monetize. Hell no. Jay-Z was like, you know what? This marriage is going to be a marriage where, hey, we love each other, but it's the foundation of a relationship is based in business and then based in the finances. That's just kind of what it is. You know what I mean? People could say they can agree to disagree, but I think that's 100% right and 100% accurate.